You're listening to the Beyond the Booth podcast with your hosts Ryan and Ian from Tech for Music. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 1 of the Beyond the Booth podcast. Today we've got our very first guest, Steve from iParty Entertainment. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all.
I'm assuming nobody else answered the phone.
No,
fair enough.
Good to have you along here, Steve, and I hope you've got some answers for some interesting questions.
I'll answer whatever you ask. I won't hold back.
Okay, right. So, question 1 for you, Steve. How long have you been a DJ and how did it all start for you?
Well, I'm 45 this year. I did my first party on New Year's Eve when I was 17. Right. I think I started, it was actually a sister's boyfriend. I think I used, when I was about 14, 15, I used to sort of carry his bits and bobs and set up his equipment. And yes, absolutely. And then it was one New Year's Eve, I think a pub had been let down by someone and someone asked me if I could do it. And so yeah, I was 17, so that's quite a while ago now. I can't even do that math, but 17 to 45.
So what kind of DJ are you? Mobile?
Yeah, mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile and pub.
Yeah.
It's been anything I can get hired for.
Yeah.
But mainly mobile,
Yes.
discos. I don't mind doing pubs. I've done a club once. Wasn't very successful.
What was that?
There's a club in London called Vivo. And it was underneath St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah.
And I said I'd do it because someone let someone down. I quite like the idea of it because it's obviously quite cool.
Yeah.
London club. I was young. This is brilliant. But it was a certain clientele, and I was the odd one out. And so I wasn't playing, I didn't know what music to play.
Right.
And it was clear the music I had wasn't what they were expecting.
Expecting.
And it was a very, very hip urban club. And I wasn't very, very hip or urban.
Oh.
So they didn't ask me back.
No.
But nevertheless, it was good fun.
How would you describe your mixing skills and technique?
So many years of adjustment and training. How do you do such a thing? You know, like Calvin Harris and the Pete Tongs? So nothing like that.
Oh, right.
So my mixing probably goes from left to right.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go right to left.
Ah, yeah.
From one track to the other. No, I blend track to track. I'm mainly a wedding DJ and a pub, so I don't, I'm not doing all this. I just mix in one to the other. I sometimes beat mix the same 3 or 4 songs, which I've done repetitively for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
But generally, Time Warp to ABBA to the Macarena, not too much skill involved really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm kind of at.
Fair enough, absolutely. Have you got a specific genre or decade that you really love to play?
Yeah, I like 90s kind of dance, like Living Joy Dreamer, Robin S., Free From Desire, and they're all coming back round now.
They are,
It doesn't matter if you're doing a prom with young people, everyone loves those tracks. They're on the radio all the time, every day. My lad, he's 10, he goes, "Oh Dad, there's a great new song out on Heart."
Yeah.
And it's Robin S. It's brilliant, no. So I like the 90s dance stuff. I like some of the modern stuff. I actually really quite enjoy like Afrobeat stuff.
Yes.
Like Waka Waka and Fuse ODG and those guys. It's just, it's a nice feeling vibe.
That's right, absolutely. So now we're talking about what equipment you use. What DJ control have you got, and also what software do you use and why? Okay,
I use the Denon Prime 4 Plus, mainly because I prefer all standalone.
Do you make use of because I know the Prime has got onboard streaming as well, hasn't it? Do you make use of that?
Particularly, especially in like pub events or say proms where you've got some maybe very, very latest music, which is only going to have a shelf life for say a couple of weeks. Then especially Tidal now, because Tidal actually have commercial license, so you can genuinely use that correctly. But a lot of them, I guess there's all sorts of thoughts about stream music. But Tidal are clearly now charging for the DJ extension, which gives you that commercial license. Most of my music is all music I've purchased over the years, but I do use the streaming services if I've got obscure requests or tracks that are clearly going to have a 2-week shelf life. I do a lot of mixed weddings, sometimes Romanian weddings, Italian weddings, and again, for that, I find that invaluable. If someone wants to ask me for a classic Romanian dance track, I can get that, and I can play that, and how it downloads the track and plays it, it's all very secure, so it's never going to fail, it's never going to drop out. So yeah, I do use that.
Going back to your Prime 4 Plus, Is there a specific feature on there that you use all the time? Like, what's that one feature, you know, if you could only pick one that you'd have to keep?
There isn't actually, no.
Right.
No, I think I picked the controller.
The play button.
Yeah, play and that left to right.
Yeah,
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
No, what I do is I'm mainly a wedding DJ, so I don't use hardly any of the features of the unit. I don't even know what half the buttons do. I adjust obviously bass and treble for mixing. I use the loop in the limited amount of beat mixing that I do. But no, I think I chose that particular controller. It's the only one that does everything that I want.
Now moving on to your setup. So if you were doing a full mobile setup, run us through it.
Oh, very exciting. 2 speakers, couple of lights. No, again, it's nothing extreme. I use the RCF J8 speakers. That's the only pair of speakers I have. And I found them perfectly good for anything I do. I've got 2 of the Helix XPs. And I've got 2 moving heads. They're the Chauvet Intimidator 360s. 4 of the LED Equinox SpectraPix battens. I've got 2 booths. I've got the XLite sort of aluminium big booth, and I've also got one of the Equinox truss booths. And I either have like a modern setup with the aluminium trussing, or I've got like a rustic one. Wood's a thing. So if people want to pay extra for a bit of wood, no problem. So I've got the rustic setup as well. That's pretty much it. 2 speakers, 2 lights, 2 movers, battens. Oh, a Mirable, and the nice Mirable behind. That seems to be very popular at the minute. For weddings as well. That is it.
Very good. So again, about the your setup. What is your how do you set up your lighting? Is it kind of a sound to light job? Do you use DMX? Do you use anything?
Fresh air. I'm pretty simple. I've got the my DMX Go. Which I use to control the moving heads. It's something I want to do more of, but for me, say I'm mainly weddings. For me, I need to have the first dance lights under control. So for that, the moving heads have a very nice manual mode. They kind of sit on the ceiling, do a nice rotate, and I have the Helix again set on nice slow hearts. They're under control. For me, I then sound to light them both, and that works perfectly fine for me. I have the battens. I tend to have them with static colours. The first dance, there's like pinks and blues or whites. One of the best lights I've ever actually got. Value for money.
Just like, they
are.
Fantastic.
They're brilliant. What you get for value for money. They are. They're really, really good.
I've
actually modified mine with magnets on the back. So now they stick to poles. Game changer.
Tell you what, you need to kind of what's the word? Put like a trademark on that.
Magnets on the back.
Of SpectraPix.
I'll speak to them, see if they want to do something with that. Stick magnets on the back.
So now talking about sound quality and lighting, how important do you think sound quality and lighting is for successful event?
It's obviously much more important between DJ and DJ. Obviously. I don't know. I think people. I think it depends on what you're advertising, what you're charging, what market or what client you're going after. You know, if you're just doing kids' parties, I don't think anyone really cares. I think for weddings, I think sound quality is important. I think people expect a good quality sound now. I think Apple with all their headphones and different Bose speakers now that are out and about, I think people expect a good sound. So I think any of the modern speakers, I think, are good. Before the RCFs, I had Alto, and they're a real mixed opinion. I did many years with those speakers, and they sounded all right. To date, no one's ever come up to me at any point in the last 25 years and said, "Mate, that don't sound so good." All those lights aren't. No one's ever said that.
Hang on a minute, That sounds on that lights on sounds alike. You can't.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I can just check what dB the crossover's on for those subs, because I'm not sure how that sounded. No, I think for me it's a hobby too. So I actually like it looking good. Yeah. And I enjoy making a setup look good and sound good.
A very important thing to have, I think. Yeah.
I enjoy it, and for me, obviously, money is always a limit.
Yes.
So yes, I would love to have the biggest, best sounding speakers I can. Yeah. But I can't. So I found the J8s do a very, very good job at everything. Yeah. Everywhere I go, they are complimented in how they look. I've even used them to do a 7-piece band. Yeah. And they actually subsequently went out and got some. Yeah. So I find them very good. I like the fact they've got the built-in mixers on mine, the J-Mix. I've used them standalone sometimes. Yeah. If I've needed to do just someone with a microphone and a speaker, I've sometimes hired it out to the guy with a guitar and a mic. Yeah. I think sound is important. I think it's expected that you have a good quality sound. Yes. Lighting, you know, back in the day you had smoke in pubs, whether it be from cigarette or machine, and therefore lights were real important because the effects you could have and lasers look very, very good. For me, I'd say 95% of the venues I'm in don't allow any kind of haze because they get an off by the marquee or something, but they do. So I think the flower lights and the moving heads, I think they have to have them, but I'm finding I'm getting a lot better comments on static lighting, like the Battens, the Mirable. I've never had so many people compliment a piece of equipment with a Mirable. We talk about an old bit of tech. No one's ever come up to me and complimented my moving heads. No one's ever come up to me and said, "Oh, mate, those Battens look really, really good." But every party, someone's come up and commented on the Mirable. So I think more static lighting, visually pleasing, neons on booths. People seem to like right now.
Now, this is quite an interesting question.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
It is, yeah. What has been your, well, if you've had one, I'm sure, I think most of us have, what's been your worst recollection of dealing with an intoxicated drunk punter?
Genuinely, I haven't really had any problems.
No.
So a lot of stuff I do is weddings and pubs. So yes, there's been a few people in the pubs where they're falling into your stuff or coming to talk to you, hanging their drink over your bits. But generally, at any place I work, they've got doorman staff. They move them on. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I've no. So I think wherever I've worked, they've done their job well.
That's good.
They've got people out. No, apart from someone who's talking your ear off about rubbish, or I'm a DJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool. And they say, "Oh, mate, what you mixing?" I do mixing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you? No. I do adverts and Macarena. That's kind of what I'm here for. But no, you get a little bit of that. Yeah. But no, I haven't had any issues. Yeah. I've been quite fortunate.
So on the other spectrum, end of the spectrum, give us one of your best nights as an example.
I don't say they're all good.
Every weekend, isn't it?
No, obviously not. You have some nights. I generally believe now, if I have a night, so I do a lot of weddings. 80% of what I do is wedding. The pubs are very different. So the pub, I am more of a jukebox. I tell jokes to people. I make fun of people. They're good nights. Sometimes you have a quiet pub night, but not a bad night. Yeah. I suppose weddings, everyone's there to have a good time. Again, it's not, I don't ever have a really bad night. I suppose a bad night used to be, it went a bit quiet in the middle. Yeah. But I think that's when I was early on. Yeah. And I think over time, you understand that no one wants to dance all night.
No,
and they've gone to see the bride and groom, and they've had a big dinner. Everyone's tired. Yeah. So I think once you realise that the dance floor comes and goes, obviously if you have a night all night long from 8 o'clock through till midnight, everyone's on it. Yeah, it feels amazing. Best night actually, Sunday night. I had a really good night. It was a party for an American beauty company. We had about 300 ladies, probably average age about 28. A lot of prosecco. It was an awards night. Yeah. They all danced. I could have literally played the alphabet, and they would have been up all night long. So that was a great night. Yeah. Lots of good feedback. But no, weddings generally everyone's pretty happy. Yeah.
I suppose weddings, generally they're more of a family. Or
I've had some frustrating nights. I think before where just, I don't know, maybe things just didn't work quite right, or I had a problem with the light or something. Just little bits and bobs.
Little things like that throw you off quite a bit.
Yeah, something's not quite right. In fact, the other week, so I actually got the new mixer, the Prime 4.
Yeah.
And obviously, I test things before I use them, but I didn't test the mic before I used it.
Yeah.
And because I had a Prime, and so I got to the venue, plugged the mic in, and wouldn't come out. I'm turning up the volume, like, wouldn't come out. You get to a point, then it come out as all fed back. Oh man! So I thought maybe it's the cable, so I changed the cable.
Yeah.
That didn't work, so I changed it to another mic. That didn't work, so then went and got Sennheiser radio mic, went and got that out, plugged that in. That was the same. I was so frustrated. In the end, I've got a live mixer too, so what I should have done in the first place anyway was set that up. I've been a bit lazy. So I set that up, all the mics worked fine. So I thought, issue with the controller. It wasn't. I phoned someone else who had one, and it was literally a setting in the mic, something called threshold.
Right.
Never heard of it.
They're
called mic threshold settings, and for some reason you can adjust where the mic comes in.
Right.
Don't know why. I don't know why you want it to come in there.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah.
Turn that off. But that I suppose threw me out because my mic wouldn't work. I got a bit flustered. Because I kind of always pride things on working well, having good equipment. Yeah. And but no, again, it was overcome because you have a backup for these things, don't you?
Yeah.
But no, that's the only thing. Sometimes we have a bit of a frustrating night.
Yeah.
Biggest issue now is sore feet. Yeah. Getting to an age. I might have to look at some comfortable shoes.
Right. Okay.
That may be the next thing.
Any suggestions? Just comment, Steve. So.
Yeah. Any suggestions on comfortable shoes? But a sore back. Yeah. And a heavy belly. Yeah. That'd be good.
Well, I think that's about it. That's all the questions I've got for you. Have you got anything to add at all?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm just excited about the next Beyond the Booth, really.
Yeah.
And if I was the first guest, I'm slightly concerned who the second one is. But it's been good fun. Appreciate you wanting to talk to me.
No, thank you very much, Steve, for coming along. Once again, Steve from iParty Entertainment.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all your help as well with all the bits of equipment and everything else you do for me as well.
No problem at all.
Thank you.
Nice one. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for the next episode of Beyond the Booth.
It'll be good.
Thank you for listening to the Beyond the Booth podcast.